Hey, hope you're doing well. Whether your life is going good right now or it's going bad, feel free to just grab your favorite drink and just take a little break with me. All right. So, last month, I finally graduated high school. And I know I look old, so don't say anything. But anyway, I graduated high school. And like most people, I was super excited to graduate. That's the moment like everybody usually looks forward to. It's the end of one chapter, beginning of another. But this past month of just no school, in summer, I found myself wishing I could go back. Not to graduation or prom or any of the other moments people tell you to cherish, but like just an ordinary day. A random walk through the school, laughing with my friends before class over something that I don't really remember. And, moments that I never thought twice about suddenly became the things that I wish I could experience one more time. And that made me ask myself a question. If these ordinary moments became so valuable, why didn't they feel valuable when I was actually living them? And I think I know the answer. Because I wasn't really there. Physically, yes, but mentally, I was always somewhere else. Thinking about graduation or university, just thinking about the future. I was so focused on getting to the next chapter that I wasn't actually experiencing the one I was in. And that's one of the things I love about memory. It has a way of revealing the beauty that distraction keeps hidden. But anyway, I honestly think this is how most of us live. We tell ourselves life will really start when I get into university. Then it becomes life will start when I graduate, when I get my first job, when I move out, when I get married, or blah, blah, blah. There's always another finish line. Our lives become a series of waiting rooms, always preparing for a future that arrives only to become another chapter we're trying to get past. And years later, we look back, wishing we had noticed what was already there right in front of us. And maybe that's why nostalgia feels so powerful. It isn't simply a longing for the past, but it's the realization that what once felt ordinary was never ordinary at all. It was life. The people you assume will be there, the conversations you barely pay attention to, one day they'll all become memories. Not because they were extraordinary, but because they were yours. And perhaps that's why time feels like it's moving faster every year. Not because life is actually speeding up, but because we're paying less attention. Like, when you're a kid, everything feels new. You notice everything, and the smallest moments feel super magical. Why? Because you're actually paying attention to them. But as we get older, we start living on autopilot, and familiarity replaces wonder. So graduation didn't teach me that life moves fast. I already knew that. It taught me something much more important. I don't want to spend another chapter of my life missing the chapter after it's over. I want to be in it while it's happening. Because one day, university will become nostalgia. My 20s will become nostalgia. Even this moment, me standing here talking to this camera, it'll be nostalgia. So the question isn't whether this day is coming. It's whether you'll notice how beautiful today is before it becomes yesterday. Not because it was perfect, but because it was your life. And that's always easy to appreciate once it's gone. Thanks for sticking around to the end, viewer. That's it for me. Take care.